Scotland, but he might talk to reporters like he often does, perhaps on several issues. As for the trip,
President Trump will be visiting two of his golf sites in Turnberry and Aberdeen. He will also be meeting with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer to refine the trade deal between the U.S. and the UK. The president continues to have mixed reviews on that front. Per a Wall Street Journal poll, disapproval of his tariffs agenda outweighs approval by 17 points. That poll also shows more voters disapprove than approve of his handling of the economy and inflation.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. If the president does talk on his way out, one question Fox's Griff Jenkins that the White House wants to ask about a Justice Department lawsuit against New York City.
They say that the sanctuary policies are putting New Yorkers in grave danger. And Border Czar Tom Homan yesterday told me right here on the North Lawn he's had it with these sanctuary cities that won't cooperate with federal immigration law enforcement.
The sanctuary cities are sanctuaries for criminals. Hard stop.
For a second day, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche will be at a prison in Tallahassee, Florida, talking to Ghislaine Maxwell about Jeffrey Epstein and his clients and the sex trafficking operation involving underage girls Maxwell was convicted in. Her lawyer, David Marcus, says
he took a full day and asked a lot of questions, and Miss Maxwell answered every single question.
Epstein committed suicide awaiting trial. A nightmare for a family at Hershey Park in Pennsylvania. A 9-year-old child died after getting into distress at the Boardwalk water attraction. Hulk Hogan fans still in mourning over the wrestling icon's death. So are his fellow wrestlers. Glenn Jacobs, who was Kane and a WWE champion, is now the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee. He tells Fox he went to see Hulk Hogan as a kid.
It just blew me away. When he came out, the roof just literally blew off the place. And that was one of the moments of like, man, I think I want to be a professional wrestler because that's just incredibly cool.
Hulk Hogan died at age 71. America's listening to Fox News.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
You're great at protecting your own personal information. You probably even use things like two-factor authentication, strong passwords, VPN. But as much as you try to be in control of how your information is protected, there's lots of places that also have it. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every single second for identity threats. If your identity is stolen, a LifeLock specialist is going to help solve the identity theft issues, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code Beck at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
He did not take the fifth and refused to answer questions like other ex-Biden White House officials. Former Chief of Staff Ron Klain took questions in the Republican-led House Oversight Committee's investigation into former President Biden's mental fitness.
A source familiar with the meeting says Ron Klain acknowledged President Biden was less energetic and more forgetful, but still had the acuity to govern. The former chief of staff sitting for an hours-long deposition with the House Oversight Committee, which is investigating allegations of a decline and cover-up of President Biden's mental acuity. A committee source also says Klain was approached by Hillary Clinton and National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan, who stated they believe President Biden was not politically viable, with Sullivan saying he was less effective in 2024 compared to 2022. On Capitol Hill, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
A Republican expelled from Congress, George Santos, reports to prison today to start serving a 7-year sentence. Santos pleaded guilty last summer to wire fraud and identity theft charges. There's a new acting U.S. attorney in New Jersey. Well, actually, it's the same one. Reappointed days after a federal judge removed her.
Alina Habba says she will stay in her role as U.S. attorney for New Jersey. Her title changes slightly from being there on an interim basis for 4 months, thanks to a polled nomination from President Trump, to now serving as acting U.S. attorney for the state for an additional 7 months. New Jersey's 2 Democratic senators, Cory Booker and Andy Kim, planned to oppose that push for Habba's appointment. The state's district court chose attorney Desiree Grace to succeed Habba, but U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi fired Grace, clearing the way for Habba's continued service. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed, not moving much. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news Former Sangamon County Sheriff's deputy charged in the killing of Sonda Massey last year back in Springfield. The sheriff announcing Sean Grayson transferred from the Macon County Jail to the Sangamon County Jail to accommodate ongoing medical procedures and follow-up appointments. Authorities identifying the pilot who died after a small crop dusting plane crashed in Ogle County. Alexander Lehman of Lena was killed after the aircraft went down Tuesday near the Ogle County Airport in Mount Morris. The aircraft on fire when officers arrived. Lehman was found dead in the wreckage. Farmers at the Champaign County Fair taking extra measures to take care of their animals at livestock competitions amid the central Illinois heat wave. In this heat, cows can get heat stress, sometimes causing death. Family farmers are using misters, cold hoses, and turbofans to keep their cattle cool to avoid these problems. And with this heat wave, you should make precautions as well. Stay safe. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
And good morning. It's ESPN 93.5. I'm Stevie J. That's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
And here we are. It's Friday.
Yes.
Made it to the end of the week, the end of the county fair. We're all kind of eyes on the skies because Travis Tritt.
Yes, the show is tonight.
Supposed to be on stage tonight, but according to my meteorological skills, Greg, I'm going to call for rain tonight.
We were just looking at the radar, and it's coming in from other states, it looks like.
See,
Greg.
I'm just looking here at...
What time is the concert, by the way?
7:30.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Might be one of the, well, it may be just like, fireworks at the Philo get-together last week.
Yep, let's get it in right now.
15-minute drive, and you're stuck into it, so...
Well, you know what? This is what's amazing. I can look at this map and say, gosh, it looks like rain. Greg can say 8:45 tonight it'll be doing this.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. That's nuts. You've done that a number of times. I mean, but it sometimes it does go a little wonky on you, but that's just the nature of tracing and tracking these little things around. I've tracked this stuff, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
2 o'clock, it's going to be sprinkling. I look outside, it's 2 o'clock and sprinkling. For the fireworks, he said 9 o'clock is going to be lightning and thunder. It's lightning and thunder.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying it ain't that easy. We got to go to the county fair and guess ages. You'd be great at everything.
You know what? Hey, open up a sponsored weather booth there. How's that?
I love it.
Weather briefing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brought to you by this fine radio station and whoever else wants to tag along.
I'll go buy about 100 teddy bears just in case we miss.
Yeah.
There's that. Listen, we appreciate the great weather we get here with our meteorologist Greg Solier. Brought to you this morning by Carl.
Reminding you, sports and back-to-school physicals are underway now. Make your appointment at a location near you by visiting carl.org.
All right, sir, for the weekend, the last full weekend of July, my friends, here we are with meteorologist Greg Solier.
Yeah, and we do still need some degree of rainfall across the area. Certainly want to stay away from the severe end of it. And sometimes that's the way you get your rainfall. And so far, things kind of holding together and some scattered activity to the north and west of Champaign County. That heat advisory is still in effect for some of our listening audience south of Champaign and Vermilion counties. And for all intents and purposes, still going to be pretty sticky around here today. And we're ramping the heat up for a couple of days between Sunday and Monday of next week. And we do need the rain. The drop monitoring from yesterday still showing kind of a severe dry area up towards the Kankakee. Some drier patches here through east central Illinois, parts of north central Indiana. Everyone else, except for parts of a small part of Michigan in the eastern and western Corn Belt, in good shape, well watered down and timely. Hopefully we'll get our rainfall here in the coming days. Not necessarily for the concert this evening. 76 buggy degrees over at Willard and Savoy now, 74 at Rantoul, 75 over at Danville, 73 at Bloomington Normal. Couple of showers there, couple of thunderstorms as you venture south and west of Jacksonville towards the Mississippi. That kind of still holding together, so we'll get into some of that here over the next couple of 2 or 3 hours. Take a break, come back in the afternoon with a warm and muggy high of between about 88 and 92 north to south across the listing area, down to 73 for tonight. And again, an aforementioned shower thunderstorm. If we can get this stuff to go this afternoon and early this evening, again before maybe 7 or even 6:30 or 6, all the while better into the middle and late evening for the concert tonight. We'll keep you posted. Up to 89 tomorrow, buggy still, shower thunderstorm. Better odds tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon. 72 tomorrow night, 50-50 crack at the storms on Sunday, hot and humid at 91, 95 Monday, 93 Tuesday with a couple of thunderstorms, and then more rainfall chances Wednesday next week at 87. Then next week, Thursday, 80. Then next week, Friday, today, a high of 78 degrees. You heard me right.
Wow.
Yeah, for Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm Evologist Greg Solgay.
Wow, 78. That's the high next week?
Wow, that is a quick turnaround from the heat dome.
I might have to bring my vest out. It's cold. Yeah. Holy cow. I was out till 9 o'clock last night weeding. I have been my butt has been kicked by weeds this summer.
It's obviously perfect conditions for growth. Man, the corn looks like it's 8 feet.
Well, maybe I should grow corn. Can I get rid of the weeds? They're in the beds. You can't spray the beds.
Yeah, that's right, because you want the flowers to hang on.
Yeah, spring green.
Pollinators to be happy.
Steve Vinkus says it'll kill everything else.
Yeah, that's right.
But at this minute, I'm not sure I care, because I got to get rid of the weeds. So I'm on my hands and knees grabbing weeds, and even the weeds are dying because it's just too hot. So anyway, I was in 9 o'clock. You could have squeezed water out of my stuff.
I see.
It was soaking wet.
Wrung it out when it comes to your shirt with all the sweat.
It's just what it is. So anyway, we are July 25.
Yes.
And next Friday is August 1st. Wow.
Unbelievable.
So if you want, I've been driving down 4th Street. I don't know why. It's on the way to CrossFit, I guess, but I just do it because I can.
Yeah.
I'm in charge of my life. I can drive down 4th Street anytime I want.
I love driving through campus town.
Well, I do too.
And it's just so different, from when you and I back in the day.
They're going to be, I don't know what the date is, but it has to be single digits, like August 3rd, August. They're going to start trickling in.
Oh, I know that.
And I don't know when classes start, 18, 20, 22, I don't know. Whenever it starts, football is August 29.
Yes.
Jay Lehman on the drive starts August 25.
And I'm hearing another big freshman class. I'm hearing about, some challenges in navigating some of the dormitories and where everybody's going to stay.
In other words, it's a big one.
That's, where we were at last year. Yeah. People were getting extreme credit if they wanted to, not have roommates or however that looked. They try to make everybody happy, but it certainly is challenging. And
can you imagine being on the phone call and the phone ringing from this dorm, that dorm, that dorm, that dorm, and room 206 needs... There's something wrong with the toilet. Oh, my gosh. No, thank you.
Well, and speaking of our dormitories on campus, there was a high-angle rescue operation at Florida Avenue Residence Hall yesterday as some bricklayers were 8 to 10 stories up and had some concerns, and then they had like a big old cherry picker kind of thing.
Wow.
And I got a message here from Steve Doggett, the deputy chief at the fire department at the city of Urbana, about the outcome, highlighting the dedication of our emergency personnel on every job for preparedness and training on this kind of thing, specializing in their skills and quick coordination and unwavering commitment. The responders demonstrated professionalism and precision.
So somebody was in trouble 8 to 10 stories up and they saved them.
Yeah.
Good news.
And bricks were, coming down or something like that. So in any case, it all turned out fine.
Florida Avenue Residence Halls.
FAR.
Kansas coach Bill Self was hospitalized overnight.
Yes.
Concerning symptoms, school said he underwent a heart procedure, expected to make a full recovery, but 2 stents.
2 stints
Wow.
for Kansas coach Bill Self.
Well, good for Bill Self for not feeling well and doing something about it, because men tend to ignore stuff.
And he's had concerns before, so this is something he needs to be paying attention to.
Bill Self is going into his 23rd season since he left Illinois.
Oh, wow.
Career record 609 and only 148 losses.
And that's where he went to school, right?
He went to school at Oklahoma State.
Oh.
And they wanted him, and he said no to them, but the only job that man would have taken, the only job is Kansas. And I was watching Matt Doherty, who was the head coach in North Carolina, because the only coaching gig Roy Williams would have taken was his alma mater, North Carolina. When Matt Doherty was failing, they fired him. I said, here goes, the dominoes are starting. Here goes stinking Roy Williams to North Carolina, and Bill Self, the only job that man would have taken out of Illinois is that one. And it opened. Unbelievable.
Right.
Anyway, Sam, thank you, my friend.
Yes.
The greatest hospitality man in the
I don't
history
know how
of
he does it.
Well, he's up at 24/7.
I mean, obviously, we got the tip at 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I see the list of men that are in high power positions that don't need much sleep. Sam is number 1. Donald Trump, number 2.
Yes.
Donald Trump, number 2.
How does Donald Trump do it?
I don't know. Some people require less sleep, I guess. I need to get 6, maybe 5 or 6, and I'm okay. But
we're learning this morning more details about the famed wrestler, icon of the 80s, reality TV star, larger-than-life personality. Hulk Hogan passed away yesterday at the age of 71.
Just his cardiac arrest.
Yes.
Died at his home
in Clearwater, Florida.
Had been baptized a year and a half ago. Was all in on Jesus and was just a powerful man for the Trump election. And an advocate said, I just stayed quiet for years because I knew both sides liked wrestling.
That's right.
Finally, what they did to Trump was ridiculous, and when they tried to kill him, I said, that's it, I'm done, I'm out. I'm coming out. And I'm going to talk about it. All right, quarter after Hulk Hogan dead at the age of 71, I was a fan. All right, sports headlines, other sports.
St. Louis Cardinals, big win, 9-7 over San Diego. Let's get more details.
The Redbird Recap is sponsored by Helitech Waterproofing and Foundation Repair. Heal your home with Helitech.
With Ricky Orton, I'm John Rooney. Last night was not a pretty start. It lasted 5 innings for Sonny Gray, but the Cardinal offense bailed him out, and Gray got his 10th win of the year. The Cardinals won the game 9-7 over San Diego.
Helsley picked up save number 20. He was very sharp. Jojo Romero was outstanding out of the Cardinals bullpen, but the Cardinals also got 3 home runs in the game. 2 3-run shots, one from Donovan, one from Contreras, and also a solo home run from Ivan Herrera.
And you're right about JoJo. He was able to bail out Riley O'Brien, and then Ryan Helsley had a base runner, but didn't let that affect him as he picked up his 20th save.
And Ollie Marmol picked up his 300th career victory. Congratulations to him.
The Cardinals were out-hit by the San Diego Padres 13-12, but won the game 9-7. Tonight, game 2 of the 4-game series, Miles Michael is 5-7 against Nick Pivetta, 10-2. We're on the air at 5:20. First pitch at 6:15.
Is your home showing symptoms of foundation issues? Your home's wet basement, dingy crawl space, musty smells, cracked walls, or unlevel concrete shouldn't be ignored. Helitech can help. Life happens in your home. You and your family deserve the best. Helitech offers proven solutions in waterproofing, drainage, concrete leveling, and foundation repair services. Contact us for a free inspection at helitechonline.com.
When the water's high, we'll keep your basement dry. Heal your home with Helitech.
Cubs and Chicago White Sox. You'll hear the action over on US 105.9, that crosstown rivalry game going on this evening after 6, so listen in.
Yeah, it's one of those where you really should beat the White Sox, but it's such a rivalry. Not that.
Never know how things are going to go. That's why they play them. I see on 217-359-2255, the Fisher National Bank text line, Nick had let us know about 130 that's backed up a half mile due to the road work this morning.
Yeah, you just have to think about going on the final Tolono slab and heading up on First Street or something.
Yep, trying to do a country route there.
Because right now 130 is like good luck. If they're and it looks good. The right side's getting blacktop and looks all really nice.
Yeah,
I just don't want to be part of it.
Like the slab between Tolono and that connects Route 45 and 130.
Yeah.
That might be the better route to choose that, and then go up Ray Street or something to get into Urbana.
Thank you, Nick, for that. Our weather this morning brought to you by Kramer Siding and Window.
Your premier provider for home improvements, been around since 1955. Gutter, helmet, roof improvements, siding. KramerSiding.com.
Low again every one. Let's check weather. Free Central Illinois, Champaign, Urbana, and Vicinity, and a couple of nearby frontal boundaries. Some rain, cooled air, so to speak, and cloudiness will take the edge off temperature, and maybe humidity just a bit. They'll ramp right back up again over the back end of the weekend. Early next week, a stronger cold front brings a far more comfortable air mass in the second half of next week. Up around 90 for the day today, at least a spread of upper 80s and lower 90s, becoming partly sunny. Shower thunderstorm in spots this morning. Back in this afternoon and evening time, we'll bottom out at 73 for tonight. Tomorrow, very warm and humid with upper 80s, variably cloudy skies, and again, a couple of showers and thunderstorms in spots for the morning and the afternoon. Low 70s tomorrow night, back up to 91 and a hot to humid Sunday. Maybe a thunderstorm around morning and afternoon. 95 on Monday. Scattered showers and thunderstorms increase over Tuesday and Wednesday at 93 on Tuesday. Upper 80s Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday highs late next week into the upper 70s to near 80 degrees. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
We do have a Stever opportunity. We have your Fox Business Minute. That'll be coming up in 30 seconds. It is 7:19 going on 7:20.
You've set your financial goals. One kid plans to go Big Ten, the other Ivy. Your bucket list includes seaside sunrises and sunsets on the slopes, or perhaps a second home away from it all. Busey Bank can help develop the right investment strategy to to take charge of the years ahead. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
I'm Liz Clayman, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Health insurer Centene lost money in its spring quarter. It's been seeing declines in Medicaid and Medicare membership and says it's going through a rough patch. Chief Executive Sarah London says despite the shifting landscape, she believes the staying power of Medicaid, Medicare, and the individual marketplace is as strong as it's ever been. Kia wants to sell you a hybrid or gas car. The South Korean automaker is looking to boost U.S. sales and market share. Kia, with its affiliate Hyundai Motors, says it took a $570 million hit from tariffs in the spring quarter. It's anticipating a larger impact in coming months. Kia and Hyundai import about 2/3 of cars sold in the U.S. French liquor company Rémy Cointreau says its tariff impact will be less severe than previously anticipated. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosolda. Invested in you.
Stay on top of the latest forecast with America's Weather Team in the palm of your hands.
Here's the latest from America's Weather Center.
It's Fox weather updates throughout your busy day, every day.
That heat's going to be out there for one more day.
Temperatures being 30 degrees above average.
Put the power of over 100 meteorologists and the worldwide resources of Fox in your hands with the Fox Weather Podcast. Precise, personal, powerful. Subscribe and listen now at foxnewspodcasts.com.
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window, a proud member of Prairie Home Alliance. A new front door can instantly upgrade the look of your home and make it more energy efficient. The Kramer Siding and Window team can also install French doors to your deck or patio, welcoming the outside in, or storm doors for an extra layer of protection against the elements. The estimate is free, financing is available, and the business is local. Schedule your beautiful new door today and save 25%. Call us, click on kramersiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Every room is filled with savings this week during the House Full of Savings event at Carpet Weaver's Flooring and Furniture Gallery. Get hundreds of dollars off every $1,000 you spend. Plus, get a $50 labor credit for every 100 feet of carpet or floors purchased. And here's a bonus. Get up to $1,000 rebate on Pergo floors. Plus, get $200 back on every $1,000 you spend on furniture and rugs. And buy it all with 2 years free financing. The House Full of Savings event going on now at Carpet Weavers.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow right here in Champaign-Urbana can switch you over so you can start saving today. Kurt and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. It's easy to switch and save. Just give them a call when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At Pards in Urbana, the boots just keep on coming. They're known for their huge collection of men's cowboy boots, women's cowgirl boots, kids' boots, and even shoes. If you're searching for top footwear brands, look no further than Pards. They carry a wide variety, including Ariat, Dan Post, Smoky Mountain, Roper, Double H, and more. And if socks or accessories are what you need, they've got all your high-quality essentials. Since 1968, Pards has been serving their customers with high-quality merchandise. And if you haven't been to Pards in a while, a lot has changed. Go check them out just off University Avenue in Urbana.
Jay Lehman here, former U of I All-American linebacker. Do you like steak? Do you like red meat? Well, if you do, you got to check out Long Branch Steakhouse. They had phenomenal steaks, sides, salads. I love the onion rings and the fried mushrooms as well as the fried pickles. You've got to check out Long Branch Steakhouse in beautiful downtown Gifford. That's right, make the trip to Gifford for some of the best steaks you'll have. Kids love it too. I brought my whole family. I'll see you at Long Branch Steakhouse in downtown Gifford.
Yes, August 25. That's when you're going to hear Jay Lehman again. He'll be back on the drive this fall. Looking forward to the Jayster and all of his energy and being able to power Philo with his energy alone.
It's true.
Okay, 725 PDR Automotive. We can give you a complete vehicle inspection. I think these are just a slam dunk. It takes like $100 to go get your car that you've kept longer than you expected to just get a picture of what we've got going on. And that's all you have to do. I'll pay the $100. Then if there is work that needs, like, you got to do this, whether you do it here at PDR Automotive or somewhere else, I'll give you $200 toward anything.
I'm thinking of my daughter, Gabrielle, who's up in Milwaukee, didn't want to drive the Honda home because it shimmies after 45 miles per hour. She's like,
well,
I don't know
there's
if it'll
something
make
out
it
of
back,
balance.
Mom.
It might be the wheel alignment.
Drive it straight to PDR.
Well, anyway,
get the diagnosis done.
And then it'll come out red or green.
That's
but
right.
At least you'll know.
Urgent, or it can wait a little while.
They'll tell you. They have the color code. PDR Automotive, they've been doing this since 1969. Somewhere in that range, and it's 50 years.
Family owned and operated since 1973.
73, okay.
1008 North Cunningham.
69, 73, same president, Richard Nixon.
Okay,
okay, so if you would like this, it's up now at GoStever.com. I'll pay. You only win this once now because you can see the whole family fleet gets in there. We'd like to share the stuff. So
True.
One time per family, please.
Get that repair quote, any kind of automotive maintenance.
Even if you get a quote and your uncle does then you take it to him. I don't care. I'll give you $200 if you need it.
That's right.
But PDR can do it and fix it and get her done. Or how about this? If you're selling your car and you have one of those 5-page color things on the front seat, that's reassuring.
Yeah, it is.
I just had this done last week, and here's a report from PDR. That'll help sell. Then they'll look it up and say, well, the Blue Book says this. And say, yeah, but it's in good mechanical. Look at this thing here. So anyway, I got a couple to give away, $300 potential value. You don't get the money if you don't do the service, so it's $100 for sure on the evaluation. So it's GoStever.com this morning, GoStever.com. Okay, well, we'll break. We'll come back. Brother Johnny coming up. It's how many weeks from football? 4 weeks from today? 5 weeks
out, yeah.
4 or 5 weeks.
Wow.
And then I understand television. I understand all that. And I get it. Exposure, one of the only football games that night, all of that. But it just ain't convenient for tailgating. I work on Fridays. So I can't go and take the whole day off. And
right.
Many can't. So it'll be abbreviated, muted. I guess it's worth it. It's Western Illinois.
Right.
We're going to be favored by a lot. By the way, we do have the 22nd best recruiting class in America.
Oh, really?
Number 1 is stinking Big Ten USC. We got 18 of the top ESPN 300 people. 18, more than everybody else.
So they have some money.
Yeah, they do. And so even though we're 22nd in the country, we're 7th in the Big Ten. There's 6 other teams that are higher ranked than Illinois. And
we've got 18 returning players.
Yeah. And then if you put that in the mix of competition, I think we're picked 4th in the Big Ten. There's 18 teams. I think that's pretty good.
Earlier this week, single ticket for the single games or single game tickets were on sale. So you need to move on that because there's been a lot of great ticket sales on this too.
Yep. No, it's been good. Okay, good news. It's clearing up on 1:30 considering it wasn't crowded today. We read it wrong. So my bad. Anyway,
it's my bad because I need to be wearing glasses. Isn't and is looks so close.
But there is construction 1:30 and I avoid it because I see a truck way down there and it's clear early, but I just don't like the stop and go and slow and all that.
Remember when I talked about Memorial Stadium and the movie night? That'll be our way August 9th. They did some voting, and remember the Titans won.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
That's going to be awesome.
You've seen that?
I have.
I've seen it a number of times. It's really, really well done.
Denzel Washington.
And based on a true story, by the way.
Yes.
Yep.
So 5:30 to 6:30, August 9th, Memorial Stadium. They'll do autographs in the north end zone and then have free admission, and the movie starts at 7.
Yep. Pretty cool.
Jumbotron.
That'll be fun. And the date again?
Is on August 9th.
Okay, maybe a little cooler. Greg Soya says next week the high's going to be 78.
Crazy.
That'll feel better than that heat index about 106 right now. All right, news coming up. Be right back. Brother Johnny live from New Orleans, Louisiana. That'll be coming up next. It's ESPN 93.5, Friday, July 25 and 7:30.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
This is Rob Meyer with Provident Financial Group. Unfortunately, there is not a one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Finding the right plan for you depends on many factors. The good news is that we can help improve your retirement readiness, whatever your situation. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. She was talking from prison, but how many beans did she spill?
Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney, David Oscar Marcus, says Maxwell answered every single one of Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche's questions, telling reporters Blanche took a full day and asked a lot of questions, explaining Maxwell never stopped and never invoked a privilege.
Fox's Kristen Godin is part of the DOJ's push for additional details in the Jeffrey Epstein sex trafficking case. Tributes pouring in for Hulk Hogan, Knox County, Tennessee Mayor Glenn Jacobs, who wrestled under the name of Kane.
The first time I ever saw Hulk Hogan in person was at a wrestling show where I was in the audience, and it just blew me away. When he came out, the roof just literally blew off the place, and that was one of the moments of like, man, I think I want to be a professional wrestler.
Jacobs from Fox and Friends, a 71-year-old died yesterday from cardiac arrest. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. A quantum company moving its headquarters to Illinois. The governor announcing Inflection will headquarter its global quantum computing operations in Chicago as a future tenant of the Illinois Quantum and Microelectronics Park. The company will create dozens of new jobs. Even though Mattoon's do not drink order is lifted, some people in the area are still worried. Last week, the city was taking steps to prevent that toxic algae bloom from popping up. They applied a permit to use algicide, the chemical to kill it, but we're waiting for approval. Now the hope is Mattoon will continue making progress. Expansion of the federal low-income housing tax credit could allow construction of tens of thousands of more affordable housing units in Illinois. Latest domestic policy plan will increase available funding by 12% for a key tax credit used by developers to offset a portion of construction costs. Be sure you take precautions during this heat wave in central Illinois. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, we check our weather. Travis Tritt at the county fair tonight. A lot of you are going.
It's true.
So we check on what's happening. It might be raining, might be not raining. We just don't.
You might get the concert in between the showers.
Like a fireworks thing. We didn't know.
Go, go, go.
Weather brought to you by Urbana Park District.
And they remind you, Anastasia is inside. That's a good option at Urbana High School tonight at 7, tomorrow at 7. There's a matinee on Saturday at 2. Learn more at urbanaparks.org.
Logan, everyone, let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Well, the heat and humidity tough on some, continuing on with the heat advisory still south of Champaign and Vermilion counties. A little more relief in store for the day tomorrow, but the same boundary back to the north. And with that, heat and humidity climb back into the picture Sunday and into the early portion of next week before a more significant cold front comes through and a delightful air mass, refreshing one due in for late next week. In the meantime, hot and humid today, either side of 90, and still a couple of showers and thunderstorms roaming parts of the area this morning. Back in this afternoon, not everyone will see the rain. Light southwest wind, warm and muggy tonight, 73. A shower thunderstorm in spots this evening. And again after midnight, better than even odds. Scattered showers and thunderstorms tomorrow, variably cloudy, warm, humid at 89. Down tomorrow night to 72. Back up to 91. A hot and humid Sunday. Rain chance at 50-50 both morning and afternoon. 95 on Monday. Scattered showers and thunderstorms Tuesday and Wednesday. Highs late next week in the upper 70s. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
We're talking to John Reichert from A&R Mechanical. 100 years in our community. So many buildings in this town, like Memorial Stadium. Of course, the State Farm Center. Can you remember the reaction from the company getting that? Because that's a big one.
Oh, that was huge. If you just think about it a little bit, everything we put in is straight, pipe is straight. We're putting all that into a round building. And, it took a lot of know-how to make that project happen. It was one of the first projects we did using our new technologies. and the timing was just right. We were the right people for that project, and I think we did it successfully.
The legacy of A&R. John, I could almost say, what haven't you built? Up and down campus, the Siebel Center was fairly new for computer science.
Everybody was working as a team, and I think it came out very well.
A&R Mechanical has helped build Carl at the Fields expansion and other Carl projects in Provena and Sarah Bush Lincoln. The list goes on and on. Visit them at ar-mech.com. Well, Brother Johnny thinks he's in New Orleans. Are you sure? Because you've been waking up in different beds for a while.
Yeah, we're here. I think I'm tired. We went, we got in at Denver International Airport. Steve, top 6 busiest airports in the world. Oh, you'll never guess the number 1. Maybe you do know.
O'Hare.
Number 1. No, they're ace players. Ace.
So the number 1 airport regarding
busyness.
It's Atlanta.
Atlanta is 108 million. That is actually by far the biggest. That's amazing.
Yeah,
108 million. Dubai 92 million. Dallas Fort Worth 87 million.
Wow.
Tokyo's 85.9. London 83.9. And the reason I was just checking is Denver's 82.46 in the world.
Wow.
Which is where we were.
Oh, boy.
No, luckily there was only, there could have been more than 20 million there last night.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
So when did you take late then, huh?
Well, we went off, you go to the terminal. You got to get in security. Then you go down 2 sets of escalators to the train. And we were at B9. But then it slipped, and that was a half a mile.
Oh, my goodness.
And then it slipped, but wait, we're going to leave in 45 minutes from 826.
What?
Half a mile down the escalator.
Oh, boy.
Dude, oh, wait, no.
No way.
Like C7 now.
No way.
Well, we go another half a mile, another train ride. The escalator's down, the escalator's up. Lucky number B19, little bingo, B19.
Yes.
Now, every one of these is slipping another 45 minutes.
Oh, man.
And we walked 4.5 miles in that airport.
In the airport?
In the airport.
Well, so you went to 3 different major terminals via train?
Well, we didn't. At B9, it was, Steve, they're doing the best they can.
Unbelievable.
It was 8:27 was the lucky winner.
Oh.
What time were you supposed to leave?
5:45. We got right out of there at 10:30.
Oh my goodness!
But we landed here at 2:30, and I'm telling you what.
Goodness, somebody's spinning the wheel and having fun.
Well, it's fine, and it was Diane. The whole thing was there was weather north of Denver. North of Denver, there's weather. Weather's beautiful all around.
Right.
North of Denver, well, the planes can't get in. We'll just come in from the south. Hey, let's do it. That's weather. Okay.
So was it just you and Bobby, or did you have the grandkids and stuff? That makes it a little easier if it's just you two.
And now you can talk about buying Greenland or no tax on tips. My political issue, as I've said, every American should have their own private jet. And realistically, everybody can. I know that. Just the Americans. Okay?
Okay.
And that's because we're the best country in the world. We should have our own jet. And then it'll be
oh, man.
We'll work it out. But no, that was fun. I'll tell you, it's amazing. Wow.
Just think the other day I played the story of the 500-pound man. Just imagine him going to all these different...
well, and especially if... Now, you couldn't get a seat. You couldn't go to a restaurant. There's a nice United Lounge. That was closed.
Oh, man.
Just to rub it in. But we did go to the American Express Lounge. Hour and a half wait. Get on the waiting list.
Man.
So Denver is the 6th busiest airport in the
busiest.
Good education, bad experience. Sorry about that. So you're tired this morning.
Well, we just got it was a little late. We were a little late.
Well,
but,
man, that's crazy.
At least, you tell you what, traffic home was fine at 2:45.
There you go.
And I'll tell you, the airport in New Orleans was literally only our people who got off the plane.
That's it.
Right.
Empty. Unbelievable. And you had to go to 3 different terminals via train, 4.5-mile walk.
There's only 3, by the way. There are only 3.
Oh, man. That's just
seriously,
unbelievable.
it was 4.5 miles on the
Unbelievable. That's crazy.
In the airport.
All right, speaking of airplanes, update on my son-in-law, Jacob Hurtubise. They are descending right now into Houston, Texas.
Wow.
Jacob is now a member of the Houston Astros.
Okay.
And they will be playing, there's a game tonight. I don't know if he got a call last night at 10 about when he's coming, and they had a 7 a.m. flight for him. So what would be the nickname of the AAA Houston Astro baseball team? They're in Sugar Land.
The Texas Tornadoes.
Some people call me the Space Cowboy.
Space Cowboys.
They are the Space Cowboys.
I love that Steve Miller tune right there. Nice.
So he's excited. Seattle, there wasn't a spot for him.
Okay.
They had picked him up because they loved him, and they drafted him in 2019. They just didn't have room. So Houston has a significant number of injuries, both on the big club and AAA. So he's headed that direction, hoping to get to play every day.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's interesting because if you're a top 10, say, Cincinnati Reds, and you show up ready to go, you better not be 10th. Because guess what? They only play 9.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right.
And if you can't get in there and play, consistently, have 3 or 4 bats, it's hard. And he's been in the dugout. He made the 26, right, Steve? He actually made the team.
Made the team.
Starting out, but he just didn't get any playing time.
Yep, it wasn't.
And guys who they've already had contacts, they've been there, they've been hurt, come back, they start playing great. You got to get that last level to break into is tough, but his numbers are always good when he's playing, whether it's spring ball or AAA or even when he was starting for the Reds. He had great numbers.
Yep,
but
when he played, it's hard to play Tuesday and then Sunday afternoon you get an at bat. It's really difficult to do that. So here's
how about that last bat in the bottom of the ninth against the closer? Get in there, Jacob.
Yep.
Holy cow.
Yeah, I got a base hit, I think, didn't he?
Okay.
Yeah, he did, but he's had several. That's just not a way to build your average. It's all I'm saying.
Yeah, right. You need to play baseball every day.
More consistency.
Well, it's the other side of that is they play all their games tonight, even Sundays, because it's 95 degrees in Sugar Land, Texas. So it is going to be hot. All right. Anyway, there's your Jacob Hurtubise update.
Thank you for that.
Gracie has stayed back because of the increasing
size
pregnancy.
She's moving past week 29, almost at week 30 now.
Yes.
And Diane's preparing to be a grandmother as well.
Right.
So that's exciting
Seth
news.
and Anna are expecting. I'm excited. This is going to be a whole new look, fellas.
Awesome.
I've been volunteering my time on a lot of different events, and I might learn that word no.
Except when you need help from grandma, it's not no, it's yes.
Absolutely.
All right, let me give you this information. Johnny's a fantastic businessman. Would you have paid Joe Biden $10 million for his memoirs?
Would I pay? No. Well, no.
Well, there's a catch here. I want you to hear this clip. Sean Spicer, Mark Halperin, and the other guy, I don't remember. It's a very good podcast. Here they are discussing a little about the $10 million, what that's going to take to even break even. But then at the end, it makes you go, maybe the publisher got him to do this.
Generally, full price, $27 to $30. Most books don't sell for that. On Amazon, you'll get it for $21 or $22. But let's just assume full price, you pay full fare, $30 a book. To break even on that advance, Hachette would need to sell 333,333 books. Not a chance. Not a chance. Mark, you've written multiple books. Dan's very good at math and fun. I mean, we raised some money last night. I don't know how much. I mean, it was a lot. Honest to God, just off the best case scenario to break even.
I will tell you, having gotten advances that were larger and smaller, although none were 10 million. He must have basically said he'll do a version of what Hunter said. If it's just going to be,
here's how we got the Build Back Better through.
Exactly. Right. I looked at Netanyahu and I said, whatever. He must have promised to write like a tell-all memoir. He must have.
I mean, is he going to go out and trash Nancy Pelosi, who took the president? I mean, if it's that kind of book, there might be people that buy that.
Not 300,000. Dick Nixon only got sold 100,000. His was pretty good. Now, there's an angle. They must know something, and maybe it is maybe it's really a percentage deal up to $10 million.
Well, maybe.
I don't know.
You can't.
But in advance, if they say it's in advance, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money and a lot of books. But did you hear Hunter at all? Did a 3-hour podcast? Did you hear any of that?
Yeah, I was with you when you played some of it.
I had to edit that because there are a dozen F words in a minute clip.
yeah.
Yeah, but do you know on there he talked about how to make crack?
Yes.
Oh, no, I didn't. Well, he's got 3 hours.
Well, they thought he might be, have a chemistry background the way he was deep diving into drugs.
Joe Rogan said it's the best commercial for crack he's ever heard. And
what are you doing?
How pure it is. It's nuts. Crack is coke, which crack's way worse than cocaine.
I know. Crack is whack.
It's just terrible. And so anyway, it's Hunter Biden said the good news is I have no secrets. And then Rogan said he could be president. And listen, you know who would really be happy about that? He looks like a good candidate. And boy, I look like a Boy Scout. Bill! Hey, Bill! Isn't she sweet?
Well, I'll tell you, he's something else, but he does seem to be relatively honest.
Right.
Well, there you go. The progressives have their new candidate, Hunter Biden. And there's nothing in the closet because everything's been out.
Right.
So
if you look at the candidates like Mombami and AOC, that's not even that outrageous. It's like, in fact, of the three of them, I vote for Hunter. Hopefully he's gotten over some of that and he could think straight. But
right. Well, anyway, I don't think he's a stupid person. I think he's candid.
No, I don't either.
I think he's a smart kid. Anyway, unbelievable. Hunter Biden in 3 hours and now $10 million for Joe to write the book. Okay, here's I think Charlie Kirk is a rising big star.
Me too.
I think
it's great to have him on the U of I campus a few months ago.
Here a number of months ago. Charlie Kirk, Turning Point USA. You're familiar with that, Johnny? Here he is on with Tulsi Gabbard.
Entire Russia narrative was on faulty, shoddy intelligence. Is that also included in what some of the skeptics or some of the critics would say? Because they say, well, Bob Mueller found in 2019 all these different reports of Russia trying to influence the election. But we're not contesting, though, at least from my understanding, that Russia was trying to sow discord or chaos. I think that's well received and well accepted. What is the contention here is that there is no evidence. In fact, there's evidence to the contrary that Russia was doing anything to help Donald Trump. And even beyond that, Brennan went on to say that Adam Schiff went on to say it, Brennan alluded to it, that Trump did it in collusion with the Russian government. Can you speak to this? Because in some ways the media is being very crafty. So, for example, the media would say, well, there's a 2017 intelligence community assessment supported by bipartisan Senate intelligence that says that Russia did interfere with the election. And some people would say that, well, there was a 2019 report that says Russia did interfere with the election. You're not debating that. You're not contending that. You're saying, but they were not interfering to help Trump. Can you please elaborate on that and push back on some of the criticism?
Yeah, Charlie, thanks. That is the important point here. And I think it should also be of note that this is where the critics of what we revealed are going to. This is where President Obama's team and Senator Warner and other members of Congress are going to that exact point. They're saying, hey, look, nothing to see here. Everybody knows and agrees that Russia tried to meddle in the 2016 election. I don't disagree with that statement. Here's the point of distinction. Is that there is no credible intelligence that points to Russia or Putin meddling in the 2016 election in order to try to get Donald Trump elected, period. And I think one of the most significant pieces of evidence that was revealed in that report we released yesterday is the fact.
This is interesting.
That Russia claimed to have very, very damaging information, high-level DNC emails relating specifically to Hillary Clinton's physical and mental health, and DNC leaders questioning whether or not, if elected, she would even be capable of carrying out the duties of the presidency. Russia had this. If they wanted to swing the election for Donald Trump, they would have released it in September, October of 2016 at a pivotal time to swing momentum into Donald Trump's direction and damage Hillary Clinton's campaign. They did not do that deliberately. They understood that Hillary Clinton would likely be the inevitable president of the United States. They didn't think Trump could win, like a lot of other people. And so they were withholding this damaging information about Hillary Clinton and planning to release it in the days or weeks leading up to her expected inauguration, in order to once again sow chaos within the United States, to draw into question the stability of our country and what kind of leadership would be in place. This cuts to the core of the problem with the January 2017 President Obama ordered manufactured intelligence document. They willfully omitted this intelligence that existed because it didn't support the false narrative they intentionally built.
Oh, wow, Johnny. Wow.
No, and that's the story, is that a political opponent who won an election, Obama, used that position to make something up to try to keep the other party from winning. And this was after he won, was the big bombshell, hurt his presidency, which is undermining the government. That's not what we want to do. That's a disaster. We knew all of this except that Obama may have called the shot. We didn't really know that, but because who knows in that deep state who could get that going. But
wonder if they can go after Brennan or Clapper.
Yeah, I think they can. They can for lying to Congress.
Yeah,
not for what they did because it's so. But they got him. They got him dead to right lying to Congress, and they can probably prove that they knew differently than what they said, and they put Martha Stewart in jail not for the insider trading; it was for lying to the FBI. That wasn't Congress.
Yeah. No, and we are watching the mainstream media that are just ignoring it, saying they're just deflecting it off of Epstein. That's all they're doing. That's the story. They're not even looking into it. They say, well, we've already done this. This is ridiculous.
Well, they didn't do it for Hunter Biden. They didn't do it for the Ukraine. They were on attack. And it's not news when you simply have an agenda that you're trying to promote, true or false. And so they're not reporting news and haven't been, but for 10 years anyway.
All right.
And that's a big problem, by the way, that the fourth estate, the media, was supposed to hold people accountable and tell everybody what's going on. And once you start doing that, that's the first thing totalitarians do, is you smash the opposition press and you set up your own news and you censor anybody you can. And we've seen that effort here.
Yep.
But we're still hanging on. We're still hanging on, Steve.
Had a nice man named Rick Jones come by the radio station at 6:30 this morning. We were talking about Chief Illiniwek yesterday, Johnny, and how President Trump is advocating for back to Washington Redskins, back to Cleveland Indians. Well, here there's a majority of people that would be very, very happy if Chief Illiniwek came back. Anyway, he had a 1944 Illinois yearbook, and in it has a picture of the only Chief Illiniwek that was a woman.
Adele Stith Brooks is her name.
Okay, thank you. Adele
and actually,
Stith Brooks.
she had ties to the Osage tribe in her upbringing.
Well, and she's beautiful, and I have her here pictured in the, I don't know if it's called Ilio or whatever that yearbook is called.
Right. After World War II, there was a shortage of male students, it says.
But the language, 1944 during World War II, and then there's language differences through the eras. In fact, there's another picture of some guys playing the drums, and it says "egad." That's an old word. Egad, a civilian. And then under the Chief Illiniwek, she's called Chief Illini Wench.
Okay.
Because wench has evolved to not a positive word for a woman.
Well, when I looked it up, it says girl or buxom wench. It says
you think of wench of a
dame
woman
or doll. It's not necessarily
well,
negative.
I think it's evolved into wench being a drug or maybe an alcohol and bar wench loose. I mean, why wouldn't your perception be negative of wench, John?
And when I looked up Adele's name, it says Princess Illiniwek on online.
Why in the yearbook go to say Chief Illini Wench?
Well, look,
that's
44. In 44, you couldn't come up with a better compliment.
Okay.
So
all right.
Things change.
All right. It just egad. It's so different. Okay. Finally, before we let Brother Johnny go, ESPN 93.5. I love this from Scotty Scheffler. After the Scottish Open, he was disappointed, and he went on to say, golf doesn't fulfill me. It doesn't fulfill me at all.
Yeah, I'm a faithful guy. I believe in a creator. I believe in Jesus. Ultimately, I think that's what defines me the most. Yeah, I feel like I've been given a platform to compete and, show my talent. It's not anything that I did. I think I sat up here a couple years ago doing the interview after the 2022 Masters, and it's like, yeah, I was underprepared for what was about to happen. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't, I was very anxious that morning. I didn't know what to expect, and it's hard to describe the feeling, but I think that's what defines me the most is my faith. I believe in one creator, and I've been called to come out here, do my best, compete, and glorify God, and that's pretty much it.
That's such a powerful testimony, John. Yeah. Man.
Well, that's great. And I think it's the fruits of your labors. How do you know what's true? It's the fruits of their labors. He's the best golfer in the world, and he doesn't let it define him or drive him or not obsessed with it. And I think he can have that inner peace that I lose on my third shot usually. It's the approach shot usually.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, Johnny, I'm glad you're home in New Orleans. I know it's temporary because you're bouncing around a little bit in the Middle West here coming up, but always a pleasure. And I know that your Christian youth camps have gone very well this summer, haven't they?
Yeah, and then we have one left up in Tennessee and near the Smoky Mountains.
That's awesome.
But we'll be up there and coming back to Philo here in about a week and a half.
Awesome.
So
I know in your travels, I wonder if you heard that Hulk Hogan passed away. Have you ever crossed paths with him?
I did hear that. No, I have not ever met Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
So I always liked the guy. He was quite the entertainer.
Yeah,
that's right.
He was, but he
Very charismatic.
he got baptized a year and a half ago. So he was
great.
all in on Jesus. So it was
That's
great.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Johnny, appreciate it. Get some sleep from that Denver airport experience. Yikes.
All right, baby.
Yeah.
We're back at it next week. I'll give you more airport reports.
All right.
And
That'd be good.
have a great weekend.
Thank you, Johnny. You too. Egad. What an experience. It is 7:57, ESPN 93.5, back with our second hour next. Here's the deal. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow is ready to help you combine home and auto and save right here in Champaign-Urbana. Call 352-1411 today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Average annual per household savings based on a 2019 national survey by State Farm of new policyholders who reported savings by switching to State Farm.
So what about the dedicated diesel and the Dixie chopper?
There are mowers there to be had at the best prices that you'll ever see on an industrial or a residential type mower that carries a bumper-to-bumper warranty on the drivetrain, the whole works, some thousands off. We're gonna move these out, and Andy is the guy to see. 217-328-0562. He'll help you out. If you need service or parts on a Dixie chopper, he's the guy to talk to.
Yep, and this is the fastest lawnmower ever made, so ready to go.
World's fastest mower, Dixie chopper.
That's it.
That's right.
Well, my friend, it is always a pleasure to get your tips on the Pitmaster side and, of course, learn about Gelferx Trucking and dedicated diesel, which you are in charge of, sir. So, well done.
Give us that contact information.
Email me at timo@gftlog.com or call me at the office at 765-793-7131 and hit 4 when the auto attendant answers.
Urbana's Market at the Square has been cultivating a vibrant scene in CU since 1979. Get to know your farmers bringing locally harvested honey, crafts, jewelry, art, fresh cut flowers, plus produce including fresh leafy greens and root vegetables, fresh baked treats, and a wide selection of proteins. Going on now, every Saturday, 7 a.m. till noon, rain or shine at Illinois and Vine, it's Urbana Market at the Square. Find Urbana Market on Facebook or urbanamarket.org.
Got a plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical, or sewer problem? Look no further than Fred's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. Locally owned and trusted, Fred's team of professionals is ready to tackle projects both big and small. Why waste time and money on complicated DIY fixes? Fred's experienced team will get the job done right. saving you time, stress, and cash. And when it comes to sewer problems, make sure you call Fred's for a second opinion you can trust. At Fred's, they do it all. No project too big, no project too small. They do insulation, repairs, replacement, and maintenance. And they now offer service agreements. For reliable service, professional expertise, and solutions that work, call Fred's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric today. 217-586-3863. Or go to fredscu.com. You can always trust Fred's.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
They'll talk again today. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche and Ghislaine Maxwell, who's in prison in Florida, serving 20 years for her role in the Jeffrey Epstein scheme for sex trafficking underage girls. They've already spent a full day talking in the push to get more information about Epstein and his clients. Her attorney, David Marcus, says
she never invoked a privilege. She never declined to answer. She answered all the questions truthfully, honestly, and to the best of her ability.
President Trump, who's called the Epstein controversy a hoax perpetrated by Democrats, may be asked about that right now. He has just started talking to reporters outside the White House before taking a trip to Scotland for a weekend at his golf resorts.
Before heading back to the U.S. on Tuesday, President Trump will also spend time with UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer for the two leaders to put the finishing touches on a tariff and trade deal first announced in May.
That's Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. The day after new push to stop Israel's war in Gaza fell apart, with U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff blaming Hamas for a lack of desire to make a deal. Hamas official claims ceasefire negotiations will resume next week.
Reports indicate the group issued new demands, including that more Palestinian prisoners be exchanged for Israeli hostages, 20 of whom are believed to be alive. Witkoff saying, in part, Hamas does not appear to be coordinated or acting in good faith. We will now consider alternative options to bring the hostages home.
That's Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv. Thailand's acting prime minister is warning new fighting with Cambodia and a border dispute could escalate into a war. Tens of thousands of people have fled villages to get away from the fighting that left at least 15 people dead. Summer fun turned into a horrific day at Hershey Park in Pennsylvania. A 9-year-old child died after going into the boardwalk water attraction.
The company says from the moment our lifeguard team recognized that a child was in distress, they performed an immediate rescue and continuing life-saving efforts, transported to the hospital, but the child did not survive.
That's Fox's Sue Guzman. America's listening to Fox News.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
You're great at protecting your own personal information. You probably even use things like two-factor authentication, strong passwords, VPN. But as much as you try to be in control of how your information is protected, there's lots of places that also have it. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every single second for identity threats. If your identity is stolen, a LifeLock specialist is going to help solve the identity theft issues, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code Beck at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Again, President Trump is talking outside the White House before taking his trip over to Scotland. He has spoken about Hamas and Gaza. He just said Hamas really didn't want to make a deal as the push continues to try to end Israel's war and have a ceasefire. Ron Klain talked, unlike other ex-Biden administration officials who refused to answer questions at the House Oversight Committee. Klain, the ex-Biden White House chief of staff, spent about 5 hours at a closed-door deposition in the Republican-led investigation into the former president's mental fitness and a cognitive decline, and if it was covered up.
I think he is telling what he knows accurately.
That's GOP Congressman Andy Biggs.
Unlike some other Biden aides who pled the fifth before the House Oversight Committee, former Chief of Staff Ron Klain did speak with lawmakers. In a closed-door deposition, a source tells Fox, Klain said he acknowledged former President Biden was less energetic and more forgetful, but still believed he had the acuity to govern. Klain said Biden often confused names and proper nouns, and it got worse over time, yet he believed the former president still had the mental sharpness to serve as president convicted.
That's Fox's Madeline Rivera. Today, a Republican who was kicked out of Congress, expelled, George Santos, reports to prison to serve a 7-year sentence for fraud and identity theft.
Former New York Congressman George Santos, who created wild exaggerations to his resume and more to get elected, used his flair to post a theatrical farewell on social media before reporting to prison. Writing on X, "Well, darlings, the curtain falls, the spotlight dims, and the rhinestones are packed. From the halls of Congress to the chaos of cable news, what a ride it's been."
That's Fox's Carmen Roberts. On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed ahead of the opening bell the day after the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 hit record highs again. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Farmers at the Champaign County Fair taking extra measures to take care of their animals at livestock competitions amid the central Illinois heat wave. In this heat, cows can get heat stress, sometimes causing death. Family farmers are using misters, cold hoses, and turbofans to keep their cattle cool to avoid these problems. Former Sangamon County Sheriff's deputy charged in the killing of Son DeMassey last year back in Springfield. The sheriff announcing Sean Grayson transferred from the Macon County Jail to the Sangamon County Jail to accommodate ongoing medical procedures and follow-up appointments. Authorities identifying the pilot who died after a small crop dusting plane crashed in Ogle County. Alexander Lehman of Lena was killed after the aircraft went down Tuesday near the Ogle County Airport in Mount Morris. The aircraft on fire when officers arrived. Lehman was found dead in the wreckage. And with this heat wave, you should make precautions as well. Stay safe. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Sean Miller.
Yeah, but you know what? The heat wave could be fading.
Yeah, kind of coming out of it, I think.
Hearing about that, Greg, it's good to have a point of saying, you know what? It's been summer, but man, it's gonna. You said 78 late next week or something. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Upper 70s, a nice short-term respite, and hopefully we continue to generate at least timely rains around here. I dare say that I think even for my estimate, the crop is just about made already.
You mean
2 cents?
It's going to be, the yields are going to be really strong, I would think, right?
Strong, good yields, and no, and when we move into this drier, and there's a little droughty stuff showing up here, and as we get into the late summer and early to maybe mid autumn, that could be a benefit for harvest too, and moisture reduction and dry down and all that.
I mean, those guys get out there and they get her home when they have the weather. They just go all the time. They're
absolutely
bringing it home,
pretty much round the clock,
day and night.
Mm-hmm. Well, they have lights out there, right?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, but are they really? Can you see well enough with the?
I mean, you just GPS it these days.
Wow.
Just about, yeah. That's where technology is. Those autonomous, pieces of equipment.
Don't you have to? Don't you have to turn at the end though? God, I'd run over a lot of beans if I had to turn that thing. So.
I mean, it could be that's automated.
Maybe.
Too.
You know what? If it does everything and all I got to do is watch TV, I can be a farmer. I mean, I can't. If you have to.
Okay, Steve.
I mean, as long as you put me in an automatic deal and I got a cell phone, can I sit there and make sure it doesn't run off the road or something?
From weed puller to master farmer.
Oh, boy. Right. I'm telling you what, that weed pulling is no fun. And by the way.
How did you, by the way, not get eaten up by mosquitoes?
Oh, they buzzed in my ear the whole time.
Okay.
And I was soaking wet. So I was pulling weeds last night, friends, and it's just unfun.
By the way, what's a weed?
Whatever I don't want there, I just rip it. Anyway, it doesn't matter if I get the roots, because I work at getting roots. It's 6 days. It's completely back.
I'll be back.
I mean, you could actually watch the thing grow. It's just crazy.
You know what the best weed preventative is for my landscape guys and just what I've learned over the years? A thick lawn. So once you get that established.
It's the beds. I got lawn. Spring Green's got me covered. I got Steve Imke's got me covered, but he won't spray the beds because he'll kill the roses. Right. Because the stuff, wind and all that stuff.
Absolutely.
That's a different horse of a different horse.
So it's just the beds, and I put mulch. I've got thick mulch. All this stuff. They just grow. They just go, and they go. As Diane says, ha ha.
It's a conspiracy theory.
It's just exactly.
Yeah, the better the law, the more they're out to get you.
All right. By the way, 217-359-2255. PDR Automotive. It's a complete vehicle check. I'm paying for it. You can go to GoStever.com. Check the details. That's the Stever for today. Weather brought to you by Kramer Siding and Window.
Your premier provider for home improvements. If you're interested in a new door and energy efficiency, you can stop by the showroom off Country Fair Drive or learn more at kramersiding.com.
All right, sir. County Fair winding down. What say you for our weather for the weekend?
We're going to do the best we can to kind of get the stuff to come through this afternoon. We're going to do so this morning on some shower activity, bulk of which I think will pass west and south. And each time that does, we can get the front to move a little and pool farther south, and hopefully limits from what pops up this afternoon, winds it down quickly on this evening for the concert, he tries to say, at the county fair. In the meantime, he says 78 at Willett and Savoy, 76 at Danville, 74 Bloomington normal. Some shower activity there, a little heavier rain into the western end of the state. The showers, thunderstorms trail all the way down Kansas City, St. Joe, into eastern Kansas, and boy, a slew of rain reports outside of Kansas. 6.5 inches of rain. We don't need all that all at once, but yeah, the rains this time of the year can be all or nothing. So goes at least the heat advisory is south of Champaign. Still use care and caution in the high humidity of a high of 88 to 92. Shower, maybe a weak thunderstorm around this morning into the maybe mid-afternoon. Hopefully moving out, we think, this evening. Breezes will be light, muggy overnight lows for tonight. Again, dawn temperatures will bottom out at around 73. Tomorrow, shower thunderstorm odds are better in the morning and better in the afternoon compared to today. The high around 88, 89 degrees. Light south-southwesterly wind. Maybe a thunderstorm or two in spots. 91 Sunday, 95. No rain on Monday. A couple of showers and thunderstorms Tuesday, Wednesday, and a change from 93 Tuesday, 87 Wednesday. Yeah, upper 70s to near 88. Refreshing summertime air mass next Thursday and Friday. Yeah, for Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
Thank you so much, sir.
Tonight, Travis Tritt.
You say you were wrong to ever leave me alone, and now you're sorry, you're lonesome and scared, and you say you'd be happy if you could just come back home. Well, here's a quarter, call someone who cares.
So this song was what, 40 years ago?
I'd say yes.
I mean,
he's 62.
So could he have been 20, 22, 24 when he wrote that?
Right.
Anyway, Mike Ditka was in a press conference, and he was chomping his gum, and he was angry because it was right after the game, and he always said, I wish I could have had an hour to kind of recoup.
Yes.
And he'd be chomping on his gum. He said, hey, fella, here's a quarter. Call someone who cares.
Uh-huh.
Mike Ditka must have been a country music fan.
Maybe he was.
Yeah, because he came
Listen
from
to Travis Tritt in the locker room.
a long stint in Dallas, and that would have been country music land. So. All right, Travis Tritt, and we're going to try and dance around the raindrops. Do they have, is the band covered?
The band is covered.
Okay. So, you know,
Casey and the whole gang. And they've done some upgrades on some of the stages.
Where is the stage in front of the grandstand?
Yes.
Okay, how far
and
back?
And you also have the track.
And you have seats down. Okay.
That's where our Stevie J Broadcasting team.
Nice.
We're general admission track.
So would you suggest we don't
pretty much standing the whole time?
But you don't do an umbrella because you block the view, so it's a poncho.
I don't know if they'll let all that in. Yeah.
I would say poncho. Poncho with a cover, a head.
Yeah.
You can stay pretty dry with it.
And you could just do $2 anywhere to get a poncho.
Yeah, I would be selling ponchos there at the fair.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Wouldn't be $2, probably 10.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's good to go here. Travis Tritt.
This one and any more. Let's see, Trouble, where he spells it out. That's a great song.
One more here.
A Great Day to Be Alive is another great Travis Tritt
he had a number of hits.
Yes, he did.
When was he big enough to be in the State Farm
Looks like
Center?
his debut album was in 1990. Country Club was the name of it.
But how long has it been since he could play the State Farm? A decade or two, probably. He's, a lot of guys kind of winded down on county fairs, state fairs.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Travis Tritt.
I can't hide the way I feel about you anymore. I can't hold the hurt inside, keep the pain out of my eyes anymore.
Anyway, tonight and you can still probably buy tickets, right?
ChampaignCountyFair.cc, definitely. And Tyler Braden will be opening up at 7:30.
And who's Tyler Braden? Do we know him?
He has a hit or two. I don't know much about him, but all good. And we played a lot of Travis Tritt here on US 105.9 to support the show and are looking forward to it. Okay. If you're on the other side, I know that tomorrow night there's a Prince cover band, a Prince tribute band in downtown Champaign, The Beat on Market Street. So let's go crazy with that.
Usually the cover bands are very good.
I know it.
So if you want to see a semblance of Prince, who passed away years ago, boy, what a talent.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've been seeing the trends with, you mentioned Mike Ditka. I'm sure he probably crossed paths with Hulk Hogan. At the age of 71, cardiac arrest call came in at Clearwater, Florida. And so many different personalities coming on the TV during our show here in the background that we're seeing commenting on his life.
He built the WWE. He gave other men chances to get exposure. And so many people have said, if it wasn't for him, I never would have made this, profession. So he was an entertainer and a good one. And I'm so happy to hear he found the Lord late in his life, a year and a half ago, and he and his wife baptized. And so he had a different aura about him in the last couple of years, and certainly was out and around, was on Fox News a lot, was a huge supporter of Donald Trump. And died at the age of 71, which anymore isn't very old.
I just asked for some Hulk Hogan catchphrases. What you gonna do when Hulkamania runs wild on you, brother? Let me tell you something, brother. And train, say your prayers, eat your vitamins were some of his things to take note of. So Hulk Hogan has left us at the age of 91.
71.
Sorry about that. Kansas coach Bill Self, the concerning symptoms has gotten him 2 stents in his heart now with some heart concerns inside the last 24 hours. So we're praying for the health of Bill Self, who is with the Illini. I didn't look this up.
Kansas. I mean, been there 23 years. The Illini was 23 years ago. 2000.
Okay.
2001 to 2003, maybe something like that.
That sounds right.
2-3 years.
Did he? We said he didn't go to Kansas. He went to Oklahoma.
Yeah, Oklahoma State.
Okay, and he was from Oklahoma.
Yeah, he's an Okie guy.
Okay.
But the Kansas job was the only thing that man would have taken to leave Illinois because he loved Darren Williams, Dee Brown, Roger Powell. He loved that team.
Yes.
He looked at his wife during the Wake Forest game when we jumped from 5th to number 1 after we dominated in 2005. Looked at his wife at halftime, and he said, and I quote, Now, we left Illinois because of why again?
Okay. I guess the procedure went very well, is expected to make a full recovery, is in good spirits, and could be released from the hospital soon.
Good.
He's 62.
No, I know. Not. So look at that. He was 30s when he was here.
Right. St. Louis beat San Diego 9-7, and those Ozzie Smith bobbleheads, it was an upside-down flipping Ozzie Smith yesterday. I was commenting on that. Cubs and White Sox today over on US 105.9 with a 6:40 start.
All right, as your high schooler starts the college application process this summer and fall, ensure your decisions make good financial sense. Busey can help. Students and parents, this is the good news. You overestimate college costs by 200%. So it's not quite as high as you think. Half of prospective students overestimate loan payments by about half. 61% of students who didn't file the free application for federal staff aid thought they were ineligible for aid. No, you're not. 529 savings plans. What are those about? The investments potentially grow tax deferred, tax-free distributions for qualified higher education expenses. Beneficiary can be changed to another family member. There's just options. And if your child is 8 years old, start it now. Then you won't think about that big payment coming up. College will be closer than you think. The team of associates at Busey will ensure you are on track. Stop by one of the many convenient locations or call them at 800-67-BUSEY to get started. Investment products and services are not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee. If you would like a chance to get a full evaluation of your vehicle, I'll pay for it. PDR Automotive on Cunningham at near the Blossom Basket Florist in Urbana. And it's a $100 assessment. And if you need help and you have to get something done, I'll kick in $200 more toward that. Just go to GoStever.com if you would like up to $300 in free stuff. GoStever.com from PDR Automotive, John Marshall, and the wonderful people there. All right, now time for Greg's weather. It is 8:19. Here is Mr. Greg Solier.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Well, the heat and humidity tough on some, continuing on with the heat advisory still south of Champaign and Vermilion counties. A little more relief in store for the day tomorrow, but the same boundary back to the north. And with that, heat and humidity climb back into the picture Sunday and into the early portion of next week before a more significant cold front comes through and a delightful air mass, refreshing one doing for late next week. In the meantime, hot and humid today, either side of 90, and still a couple of showers and thunderstorms roaming parts of the area this morning. Back in this afternoon, not everyone will see the rain. Light southwest wind, warm and muggy tonight, 73. A shower thunderstorm in spots this evening. And again, after midnight, better than even odds. Scattered showers and thunderstorms tomorrow, variably cloudy, warm, humid at 89. Down tomorrow night to 72. Back up to 91. A hot and humid Sunday. Rain chance at 50-50, both morning and afternoon. 95 on Monday. Scattered showers and thunderstorms Tuesday and Wednesday. Highs late next week in the upper 70s. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
I'm Jerry Willis, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Orders for expensive machinery declined in June, though the 9.3% drop in durable goods orders is not as severe as expected after a big jump in commercial aircraft orders in May. Excluding transportation, durable goods orders were up 0.2% in June. Durable goods orders include everything from refrigerators to cars to airplanes. AutoNation is reporting an upbeat quarter helped by new models of cars. The auto dealer company says it saw improved business for domestic, imported, and premium luxury cars in recent months, and shares are up 1%. Booz Allen says the Trump administration's pullback on federal contracts impacted its business in the recent quarter, though earnings were better than expected for the tech consulting company. The stock's up 1.5%. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Coselda. Invested in you.
Every hour of every day, Fox News Radio is there with the latest breaking news and information you rely on.
This is a Fox News Alert.
I'm Lisa Brady.
I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
With Fox News correspondents around the globe.
At the White House, Simon Owen in London.
On Capitol Hill, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
The news that matters most to you. The top headlines, all in one place. Listen and follow the Fox News Hourly Update at foxnewspodcasts.com or ask your smart speaker to play Fox News.
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window, a proud member of Prairie Home Alliance. A new front door can instantly upgrade the look of your home and make it more energy efficient. The Kramer Siding and Window team can also install French doors to your deck or patio, welcoming the outside in, or storm doors for an extra layer of protection against the elements. The estimate is free, financing is available, and the business is local. Schedule your beautiful new door today and save 25%. Call us, click on kramersiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
The Champaign County Fair, Stevie J Broadcasting, and US 105.9 proudly welcome Travis Tritt live in concert this Friday night. The legendary Travis Tritt live in concert Friday at the Champaign County Fair.
So here's a quarter, call someone who cares.
Get your tickets now at champaigncountyfair.cc.
And it's a great day to be alive. I know the sun's...
Jets is hiring. Call 217-352-9992 or stop into 1907 West Springfield Avenue near Round Barn in Champaign. Jets is open till 10 p.m., Fridays and Saturdays till midnight. Are you looking for a side hustle? Here's Josh from Jets talking about the benefits of doing deliveries.
When I was a delivery driver, it was amazing how much the actual amount of money I had just shot right up. It's hard to describe. You have money in your pocket every single day.
For details on joining the team, visit jetspizza.com.
Since 1929, Christie Clinic has strived to provide high-quality care with a personal touch. To continue our mission of We Listen, We Care, we are seeking engaged team members who are focused on improving patient lives, adding value, and increasing capacity to better serve our growing community. Christie Clinic offers competitive pay, great benefits, and advancement opportunities. Come join our team. Visit ChristieClinic.com to view open positions and apply.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Jesse with Land's Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions. Hey, do you have sewer blockages, problems? Are your toilets gurgling? Why deal with the headache? Call Land's Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions today. We can come out and clean your line, camera it, show you what the problem is, and then we have an expert underground team that can make those repairs. 217-355-5512. We are here for you when you need us. Land's Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions. Why call anyone else?
I've never heard of a renovation that costs $3.7 billion.
Man.
The Fed is doing a $3.7 billion renovation that's taken, what, 10 years?
That's a long time
what
to
in the
be
world
working on something. And what are you doing?
They had to move out of the FBI building because it was so dilapidated, and the Fed is spending $3.7 billion. Can I build a modern-day Superdome for that kind? It's crazy.
Right.
What are you doing to $3.7 billion? It's nuts. So here's Donald Trump with Jerome Powell, the head of the Fed. A little awkward moment when he starts talking about cost overruns.
Look, and it looks like it's about 3.1 billion. It went up a little bit, or a lot. So the 2.7 is now 3.1.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, it just came out.
He pulls out a piece of paper. I'm not aware of that, Jerome Powell said.
Yeah, it just came out.
Our notes had it about 3.1 as well.
3.1,
3.2. This came from us?
Yes. I don't know who does that.
Came from us? Yes, it came from you.
You're including the Martin renovation. You just added
our entire capital.
Yeah, you just added in a third building is what that is. That's a third building.
Well, no, but it's a building that's being built.
No, it was built 5 years ago. We finished Martin 5 years ago.
It's part of the overall work.
But it's not new.
So we're going to take a look. We're going to see what's happening, and it's got a long way. Do you expect any more additional cost overruns?
Don't expect them. We're ready for them, but we have a little bit of a reserve that we may use, but no, we don't. We expect to be finished in 2027. We're well along, as you can see.
I would like to doge that. I really would. You tell me, first of all, the Federal Reserve is like detached supposedly from the government, but I'm paying for it. 3.2 billion, whatever the number was. You're telling me you couldn't have done that for less, and you're thinking that every employee you have is needed. You need to evaluate stuff. But when it's, Katie bar to door, it's not my money, let's go for it. And if you don't spend what your budget is in the government, you just don't get it the next year, so you spend it the last minute just so you get your... That's backwards, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
$3.2 billion for renovations when we're $36 trillion in debt. It just sounds ill-timed.
Mm-hmm.
And yet they just, la-di-da. I don't expect cost overruns anymore, but maybe we're ready for it. The heck are they thinking? I don't get it. 217-359-2255. It's our Fisher National Bank text line. You're always welcome to chime in. Appreciate that.
That's right.
Okay, we'll break for the news. Come back with our final segment of the day. Cardinals will play Padres through the weekend in St. Louis. The Cubbies are on the south side.
Mm-hmm.
And south side at night, I don't know.
6:40 game today. There's an evening game tomorrow, and I think Sunday is the day game. So.
I'm sure security is fine and everything, but again, it's not far from Champaign. You get there in a little less than 2 hours.
Absolutely.
Drive to the south side of Chicago. What's it called? Something Park? It used to be Comiskey.
Guaranteed rate? Maybe?
Guaranteed rate sounds right. Anyway, Southside Cubs are right there. I haven't checked this morning, but they're either tied with Milwaukee or somebody's ahead barely. It's just really close between Milwaukee and St. Louis, and I don't think that the Cardinals will make a run that far up. They're like 8.5 back, 8 back for the Cubs in Milwaukee. So it looks like Cubs and Milwaukee will come out of that Central Division. But Yep, a lot of season love. Still plenty. 2 months.
Thanks to everybody involved in the Champaign County Fair. We've talked a lot about Travis Tritt and the grandstand show tonight. Gates will open at 10 a.m. First Responder Day tomorrow, and the ride bracelets from noon to 5, in case you're thinking, oh, darn, I got to get out there before it all wraps up. $30 for that unlimited ride bracelet happening on Saturday, plus the semi-truck and tractor pulls that go on at the Champaign County Fair.
I think $30 is a pretty good value.
Yeah.
For all the rides?
Yeah.
Aren't they at 5 or 6 or 8 now?
Right.
Per ride?
I know.
I have no idea what a ride costs anymore.
I don't either.
I used to know all
I
that.
just don't do that
Well-
anymore. I mean, maybe the Ferris wheel, but even then, my goofy daughters go back and forth, and I
the
get terrified when
spinny
I'm
stuff. You can do this.
No, I'm talking about the Ferris wheel. Is pretty the most tame one.
Well, we're talking about the kids
where
section.
you go around.
But remember the double Ferris
They have
wheel?
a big Ferris wheel.
They do.
Yeah. So and you can see pretty far over the tree
But it's not a
line.
double Ferris wheel. It's in the big boy area or the kids area. Because I can do the kids Ferris wheel. And that thing that sucker gets pretty up there. I mean, it's
what I don't like is you're riding with a goofball and they start swinging back and forth, and I just get so scared.
no
when
idea
I'm
why
at the
people
top
do
and
that.
they're
Why do you taunt me so?
Exactly.
And if but the double Ferris wheel was a staple. I don't know if you remember that, but that was back in the 70s.
Right.
And that thing, when it got to the top and then came down, it got your tummy.
Right.
But that was a long
And then
drop.
there's that pirate
No,
ship.
Dave Lone once did a broadcast on the pirate ship.
Oh, boy.
And he goes, in the Chicago White Sox, they're going to play. He couldn't control the voice but he did it. It was pretty good.
I love it.
All right, break for the news and be back. It is Friday. This is July 25, and next Friday it'll be August 1. And
Let's
things will
go.
Start picking up on campus again. It's 8:30 in Champaign-Urbana. Here's your Fox News.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. President Trump riding off to Scotland on Air Force One to visit his golf clubs, hosting Scotland's First Minister and Britain's Prime Minister on the links on the way, saying there's a 50-50 chance of an EU trade deal. After a hard-hat visit with a Federal Reserve chair criticizing the cost of the Fed renovation, but saying he expects Fed Chair Jerome Powell to do the right thing and bring down interest rates.
The one thing we have to do is get housing prices down and the interest rates down so people can buy the house, because they're all making money, but they can't get the interest rate down. We have to.
Every point costs the U.S. $365 billion. A second-day break from prison for Jeffrey Epstein's partner in sex crimes, Ghislaine Maxwell, answering questions from Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche at the Tallahassee courthouse. Day 2 about possible co-conspirators. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Former Sangamon County Sheriff's deputy charged in the killing of Son DeMassey last year back in Springfield. The sheriff announcing Sean Grayson transferred from the Macon County Jail to the Sangamon County Jail to accommodate ongoing medical procedures and follow-up appointments. Authorities identifying the pilot who died after a small crop dusting plane crashed in Ogle County. Alexander Lehman of Lena was killed after the aircraft went down Tuesday near the Ogle County Airport in Mount Morris. The aircraft on fire when officers arrived. Lehman was found dead in the wreckage. Farmers at the Champaign County Fair taking extra measures to take care of their animals at livestock competitions amid the central Illinois heat wave. In this heat, cows can get heat stress, sometimes causing death. Family farmers are using misters, cold hoses, and turbofans to keep their cattle cool to avoid these problems. And with this heat wave, you should make precautions as well. Stay safe. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Sean Miller.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Well, the heat and humidity tough on some continuing on, but the heat advisory is still south of Champaign and Vermilion counties. A little more relief in store for the day tomorrow, but the same boundary back to the north. And with that, heat and humidity climb back into the picture Sunday and into the early portion of next week before a more significant cold front comes through and a delightful air mass, refreshing one due in for late next week. In the meantime, hot and humid today, either side of 90, and still a couple of showers and thunderstorms roaming parts Clouds the area this morning. Back in this afternoon, not everyone will see the rain. Light southwest wind, warm and buggy tonight, 73. A shower thunderstorm in spots this evening. And again after midnight, better than even odds. Scattered showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. Variably cloudy, warm, humid at 89. Down tomorrow night to 72. Back up to 91. A hot and humid Sunday. Rain chance at 50-50. Both morning and afternoon. 95 on Monday. Scattered showers and thunderstorms Tuesday and Wednesday. Highs late next week in the upper 70s. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
Hi, this is Pam Moore with Philo Exchange Bank. Whether you want to do your banking online or you prefer face-to-face interaction with our friendly staff, Philo Exchange Bank delivers banking that helps you reach your personal or business goals. To us, you're not just another face, you're a part of our family. Visit us at any one of our locations in Philo, St. Joseph, Allerton, or Broadlands, and we'll be here to help.
Philo Exchange Bank, hometown community banking since 1883. Member FDIC.
Hi, Randy Graham here with Curtis Orchard. Best family-friendly business, date spot, outdoor amusement, pies, bakery, kids' activities, and place for kids' parties. Speaking of pies and bakery, have you tried our delicious treats? Apple crisp donuts, fritters, pumpkin bars with cream cheese icing, and of course pies, apple, peach, cherry, pumpkin, pecan, and blackberry cobbler. Stop and load up today or order ahead. You can even buy pies frozen to bake at home. Visit CurtisOrchard.com to learn more.
All right, it is 8:35, and again, we're excited you're listening and excited for the Stever offer today, where I'm giving out potentially up to $300 from PDR Automotive. You can get a complete vehicle check, get printed out. It's fantastic and a slam dunk if you're selling your used car, pre-owned vehicle. That's nice. Or if somebody in your family's driving a little older vehicle and you're not sure what the status is, and you're thinking, man, I ought to know, make sure it's a safe driving vehicle. It's $100. I'm paying maybe $110. I'm paying for it. And then if you do need some service and you want to throw $200 at it, I'll pay for that too. $200 toward whatever the price is. Generally speaking, things cost more than $200, but at least it'll help. So if you would like this, and you can only use this once per family, just go to gostever.com, and you can get hold of that, and maybe you win. And after 8 tonight, the emails will go out of who won. So
I was at a Women's Business Council meeting yesterday and a luncheon, and Cindy Tarrant at State Farm Insurance was talking about the free ice cream being handed out with the Sydney Dairy Barn stopping by their office. Is that this weekend? It's at 106 West Springfield that they're doing 3 to 5 with a Moo-mobile appearance this afternoon for some free ice cream at the Tarrant State Farm agent. But you're right. Sydney's is having their fun days tonight and tomorrow. And that car show, the bags tournament, the parade, I believe, is after 4. We had someone who was eating at the Philo Tavern that asked for our Stevie J Broadcasting vehicle to be in that. And so I said, maybe I'll have some time to put my red Corvette in there with my sound system on the back and do a little, barking out. Carney barking is what I call it when I'm talking on the mic and promoting things in Sydney for their fun days. And then the Beat on Market Street is tomorrow with that Prince tribute band as Let's Go Crazy. And the Champaign County History Museum at Jupiter at the Crossing is having their Townie Trivia. History meets hilarity tomorrow night at 7 at Jupiter's at the Crossing.
John Deckers just contacted me telling me that he got a lot of questions to the president as he left the White House. He's going to Scotland. Is it Scotland? Anyway, going to Great Britain, going to a couple of golf courses to meet with leaders. He thinks 50-50 chance of the EU coming up with a trade deal.
Oh, wow.
Based on the answers he gave me to my many questions, number 1, Trump is for a weaker dollar. Number 2, Obama owes him for the Supreme Court presidential immunity decision, because Obama won't be prosecuted in any way because Trump, the Supreme Court made that decision. Presidents in office can't be prosecuted when they leave for what they've done in office. So he says he owes me for that. Trump says he could consider giving a rebate to the American public with the tariff revenue. I'd take that. We'd take a rebate, wouldn't we?
Okay.
He expects there to be more certainty in financial markets once his letters go out next week concerning tariffs, because the final call is next week. And I'm just hearing hundreds of billions here, hundreds of billions there. You can send me a $5,000 check.
I mean, who knows how this is going to look? And to me, if we did have a surplus of money with all these savings, let's apply it to healthcare and figure that out.
Well, we gotta pay down the debt. $36 trillion. But if you're able to, we cut what? Elon Musk helped us cut 180 billion, hoping for more. It's just not that easy when you have institutions and the kickback and the people lose their jobs and stuff. But if it's a job that isn't needed, you shouldn't spend money on it. I know it's hard and people lose their work. It's terrible. But if you want to tighten the belt and say we ought to try and spend $5 trillion, not $6, I think we could come together on something like that and say, do you really think we could cut $1 trillion on everything? If we did that and generate $8 trillion, then you're on the right path. Mm-hmm. You're going to make more than you spend. You always want to try and have money left at the end of the month, right? So anyway, we'll see. But he's on his way. But John Decker, a whole bunch, 4 or 5 questions that he got, and there's a gaggle of media.
I saw that.
They stand outside on the outside the West Wing, is it? It's on the lawn toward Marine One. Mm-hmm. The helicopter takes the president to Air Force One at Andrews Air Force Base. It's a short flight over Washington. But as he walks out, Donald Trump, 9 out of 10 times he's going to talk to you.
I know.
It's amazing.
It's refreshing when we saw the chapter with, former President Joe Biden and how he just shuffled out and what?
Yeah, and you just yell stuff. But no, Trump.
And the helicopter's running. You didn't know what he was saying.
No president has ever granted that many. No president would ever go out without being briefed on what they might ask. He just doesn't care.
Well, when the leader of the Philippines came in, we got a lot of information out of that press conference. I felt kind of, awkward for him for just sitting there and taking so many questions, not about the Philippines, but about. If
you get invited to the Oval Office, think Mike Wallace 60 Minutes, okay? Because that's what it's going to be like. All of a sudden, people are going to ask you a question. Whoa, we're doing this behind the door. Oh. You want me to answer now?
Yeah, I know.
No, it's just open, and I think it's great. I don't know how you don't like that. How do you not like the cabinet meeting? It is a master's class in how they do it. Yeah. And you know what? He's successful in the business world. I'd like to see how he runs it, and it's amazing what he does, and I think that's what the good ones do. You let Pam Bondi handle justice, okay? Mm-hmm. What do you have for me? Mm-hmm. You're not trying to get involved there.
Right.
You want to let your people do the work, and the key is getting great people.
Right, and commenting for Tulsi Gabbard to take the lead on this week. There's been a lot of big headlines just coming out this week alone.
And next week there's going to be more big headlines, and the next week there's going to be more big headlines. The guy has done more in 6 months than I can remember anybody doing.
Right.
It's unbelievable. Now you look at the detractors looking at, his approval rate is up. They only sample 750 people. I don't think that's a great number. But in any event, the independents are waning a little bit according to the numbers. And I know different polls say different things. But the Democratic Party, for sure, has gone down from the standpoint of perception and support. And they have a battle within themselves on, are you going the AOC route or are you going the Chuck Schumer route? What are you doing? James Carville was on with Jesse Waters last night, and he likes Gretchen Whitmer. He likes this Wes Moore, who's the mayor of Maryland, the governor of Maryland. So he has a few people, but if they're not towing the AOC line and now the Zavron Mamdani line, how do you bring those two factions together? And will a anti-capitalist guy, a man who is against Jewish people and an anti-Semite and wants to arrest Benjamin Netanyahu, actually run the most powerful financial city in the world?
Right.
He's against capitalism.
Zohan Mandami.
They've showed us examples of how government-run grocery stores are going to look. There's one in Kansas, believe it or not, and the shelves are empty.
I see.
Good luck. Would anybody?
I just saw his latest thing is $30 for minimum wage in NYC.
Okay, so let's talk about minimum wage at $30. I'm going to McDonald's, and the server there, the person on the headset, is getting $30 an hour.
Right.
What do you think the Big Mac is going to cost?
$15.
It's going to be more than it is now.
That's right.
I got to pay Barbara. I got to pay Tiffany.
Mm-hmm.
$30 an hour on an 8-hour day is $240. You're going to pay $15 for a Big Mac. If you're okay with a Happy Meal at $11, fine. But know that McDonald's isn't eating that. We'll get them. What are you talking about? Everything goes up and you pay.
I know.
I don't mind a guy getting $30 an hour. He makes $65,000 working at McDonald's. Fine. McDonald's isn't supposed to be a legacy job. You're supposed to work through that if you're not going to manage or own them. But you don't be a counter person at McDonald's for very long. You go to the next one. It's a temporary thing. You don't expect to settle at $15. I mean, McDonald's people made minimum wage for a long, long time. Probably still do. Although I think you got to pay $20 an hour for anybody to come to work, almost. Depends on the work. But in any event, I don't get the logic of, we're going to show them. We're going to get McDonald's. Check the price list after we go to $30 minimum wage. Everything goes up.
I know.
And if they want to freeze rents on apartments, won't that absolutely eliminate the apartment market? How are they going to make it? They got to pay more for their stuff. Why would you freeze them? You want them to be in business and lose money? Eventually they go out of business.
Yeah, I would not want to be a landlord right now.
Here's what the government needs to do. Keep me safe, keep my roads good, talk to you later.
That's right.
I need it very basic. I don't like this. It's been like too much for years and decades, and that's why we're getting Zamdanis, and here comes Donald Trump in 2016. Hillary's 99% chance of winning. People are fed up with this stuff, both Republican and Democrat. We're tired of the failures. That's why Trump keeps referring back to what he promised and the fact that he's doing it. Who in history has ever done that? Who's gone through like a checklist? Nobody. This is unprecedented. It's unbelievable. All right, we jump to our morning sports. One more quick
there was a
headline.
text in about Fox reporting that a $20 minimum wage in California has resulted in over 18,000 lost jobs. And, you know, when you were commenting, Stevie, about the different things that President Trump is churning up this week alone, he's taken aim at college sports with a new executive order yesterday to empower federal agencies, including the U.S. Department of Education, to disperse funds to public universities and help enforce new provisions on athletic scholarships and pay-for-play licensing deals for athletes. The order directs the nation's largest athletic departments to maintain a certain number of scholarships for women and Olympic sports, and it seeks to rein in the lucrative name, image, and likeness deals known as NIL that have dramatically transformed athlete compensation in recent years.
Well, I got to digest. I have no idea what the impact of that is. I got to look at it. I mean, Donald Trump
the fact that the national government is looking at the NIL and how can we rein this in makes me wonder how things are going to go with that. Yeah, you can dive into that.
I don't know what it means and why the government's involved in that, except that, yes, it has run wild, and how to rein it in. That means that there'll be limits of some kind. I think there already is, but it doesn't mean people don't cheat. I think you put a penalty on the player and their family if you take the cheating money. And if you can prove that, and there's going to be money trails, then there's got to be I mean, we're not talking about a free pizza here. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars. And if you're in on taking too much and you know that, then you put it, you're banned from college football. I think you put a penalty on the other side and they might not want to take it. I don't know. I just know that they're just teams that cheat, and that's just kind of how it works. So
that's right. So I also wanted to hit the Bears training camp is underway, and I'm hearing standout players from day one include linebacker Tremaine Edmonds, wide receiver J.P. Richardson, and running back Rashawn Johnson. With the new head coach Ben Johnson in charge now, we'll see how things go. And former quarterback Caleb Williams, how is he looking? So
Ben Johnson, man, I'm telling you, it's going to be different in Detroit. He's not there, and this guy's pretty dynamic, and Bears got a coach now that everybody kind of wanted, and he didn't want any other job but the Bears, and he had other offers, and he wanted to be in Chicago, so he's the man in charge. But you got a young, innovative guy. That might be the best Bears head coach hire in a very long time.
Yeah.
So it's going to be all on WQQB Q96 in the fall when you're bringing in the harvest. I've got the radio.
That's it.
And you can hear Jeff Joniak and Tom Thayer on the play-by-play on your radio. And can't get Chicago station for that right now. So there it is. The Bears could be good. And I got to think you got to scare the playoffs at least. I think 10 wins is very possible for this Bears team. They're pretty good.
So they are training now in Lake Forest. Illinois rising junior All-American Max Herendeen, a PGA Tour debut after earning a sponsor's exemption in the 3M Open in Minnesota. Nick Hardy also in the field. Thomas Peters at the Live Golf UK event. And in Glenview, Illinois alums Adrian Dumont Deschart and Luke Guthrie are playing as the PGA Tours in America, and Jackson Buchanan also in Ontario, Canada, as we root on our Illini golfers this weekend. We'll have the St. Louis Cardinals and San Diego this evening, winning yesterday 9-7. Go Cardinals. And Cubs and the Chicago White Sox heard over on US 105.9 with the first pitch at 6:40.
All righty, we'll check Greg's weather for you. Rain perhaps on the way. That's next. Sarah Champagne managing partner Ben Quattrone on why integrity is important at Sarah.
We hire the person. The person makes the deal. The person makes the department. The person makes everyone around them treat people with courtesy and respect. If you have a quality human being, you can play any position, right? We're talking about sports. They can perform in any department, and I could teach someone a job, but I can't teach them to be a good person.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com. That's SERRA champagne.com. Well, I tell you what, though, A&R has been such an amazing, impactful company. Your grandfather, your dad, you've all gone through stuff, and your secret is what, John?
Well, I mean, you have to trust that you're doing the right thing, first of all, and you got to surround yourself with good people. And I think over the years we've had some really good people that have been part of A&R, and we owe a lot of our success, if not all of it, to those people.
Neil, you could say A&R has built a great part of Champaign-Urbana. It's about people. Can you explain the culture, why people would want to work at A&R?
We've had several families where we've gone even 3 generations, and these guys are long-term employees. They want to stay with us, and it's rewarding to know that they want to be with us. We have their backs. They have our backs, and that's a unique perspective, I think, from anybody this day and age.
I'm positive because you're such a solid company. A&R Mechanical, a thriving leader 100 years later.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather. Free Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity, and a couple of nearby frontal boundaries. Some rain, cooled air, so to speak, and cloudiness will take the edge off temperature, and maybe humidity just a bit. They'll ramp right back up again over the back end of the weekend. Early next week, a stronger cold front brings a far more comfortable air mass in the second half of next week. Up around 90 for the day today, at least a spread of upper 80s and lower 90s, becoming partly sunny. Shower thunderstorm in spots this morning. Back in this afternoon and evening time, we'll bottom out at 73 for tonight. Tomorrow, very warm and humid with upper 80s, variably cloudy skies, and again, a couple of showers and thunderstorms in spots for the morning and the afternoon. Low 70s tomorrow night, back up to 91 and a hot to humid Sunday. Maybe a thunderstorm around morning and afternoon. 95 on Monday. Scattered showers and thunderstorms increase over Tuesday and Wednesday at 93 on Tuesday. Upper 80s Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday highs late next week into the upper 70s to near 80 degrees. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Hey, lineup fans, it's Luke Altmaier here, starting quarterback.
Don't want Luke yet. We'll bring Luke back here in a second. He's positioned to have a very nice year.
I'm excited. He had a camp last weekend at the high school of St. Thomas More, and the kids were so into it. I mean, I just look forward to a great season ahead.
If anybody remembers Lon Kruger, former Illinois coach, his son, what's his son's name? Kevin. His son Kevin's now assistant head coach for Brad Underwood.
That just happened inside the last month.
We should see Lon around here, but his presence reminds me of Lon Kruger. Luke Altmaier, very humble, zero pretentiousness, which is what he says he fights, where you get this trash talking thing going on. He doesn't like doing that. He's a smaller guy from the standpoint of NFL. So can his body endure? The Alabama quarterback, whoever that was, went to North Carolina. That kind of, I think he's a little bigger than that guy, but it's a slight body, and I know he lifts and everything else, but his accuracy and the years he's had here have been phenomenal. I mean, this is his third year. When's the last time Illinois had a 3-year starting quarterback?
Right.
Kurt Kittner, maybe? Kurt played some as a freshman, started 3 years after that, I think, and that's back 20-some years ago.
22, according to the online search here. He's 6'2", 205.
He's, I'd be surprised 205, but maybe. Anyway, he's a darn good quarterback, and he just prepared, and you got all of your offensive line back. That's huge.
Yes.
So if we need 3rd and 1, I think we can get it. And then we need that young man Fagan to stay healthy. A big kid from Arcola?
Yes.
Arthur? And the kid is ginormous and runs really fast.
Caden Fagan.
Yeah, he's extremely good. And Josh McCray left us. You all know that. He's our most valuable at the Citrus Bowl. Josh McCray went to Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of money would they pouring out in Georgia for Josh?
I don't know, but offensive lineman J.C. Davis, defensive back Xavier Scott also represented us in Las Vegas this week for Big Ten Media Days and stepped up to the mic about how excited they are about the season.
I mean, really. So we got Western Illinois, then at Duke as we get the season started.
Mm-hmm.
And our first Big Ten game is over at Indiana. And days gone by, you could take a blanket, spread it out on the bleachers, nobody'd be there.
Right.
But now Indiana's got it going on, so that's
might have to go directly to your seat.
And we got USC coming to Champaign-Urbana.
Yes,
how about that? Anyway, and Ohio State. Gonna be fun. All right, thank you, Diane.
Enjoy the weekend.
That's Diane Ducey. I am Stevie J. Thank you for listening. Have a blessed weekend.
Hey, Illini fans, it's Luke Altmaier here, starting quarterback for your Fighting Illini football team.
Get to him. He's going to run right. He's in. Touchdown. Touchdown, Illinois. Luke Altmaier. What a throw by Altmaier.
Altmaier's big time.
We invite you to be a part of the action this year at Memorial Stadium. After a 10-win season and a Citrus Bowl victory, get your season tickets now for 2025 and make this season unforgettable.
Want unbeatable prices on your next furniture purchase, but also seeking that local hometown feel? Look no further than Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola. Customers rave about their friendly, established staff, as well as their great selection, amazing prices, and second-to-none delivery service. They're a third-generation local business, and they've always got your best interests at heart. Find the look you love for less. Open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday, but always available online at kelseyfurniture.com. That's kelseyfurniture.com.
From computer systems to brakes and tires too, at PDR, fixing cars is what they do. Remember, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 or use their dedicated text-only line at 383-0619. Additional information including repair quotes and online scheduling requests available from the website at pdrauto.com. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR. What's going on at OSF Healthcare, JT?
So OSF, and really over the last, I'd say 2 or 3 years, analyzing the services that we're offering, what the need was for this community, Champaign-Urbana. Some of the services that we offer just not having a high demand for, but one in particular that stood out to us was behavioral health. It's such an underserved patient population. Most communities, most hospitals are closing behavioral health services, and so we have really leaned into the decision to expand our behavioral health capabilities here. And so that's what we're doing. We have a huge need for specialty services in Danville. So we'll, over the next 3 to 6 months, we'll have some specialists, surgeons, cardiology, pulmonology that shift to that Sacred Heart campus in Danville, and then working through a huge expansion of behavioral health services here in Urbana. It's about a $13 million project to add 2 more floors. Ultimately, we'll have 40 inpatient beds for behavioral health.
JT Barnhart, President and CEO of OSF Healthcare. Diane, what's that website?
OSFhealthcare.org.
What a great experience at the Champaign County Fair with Queen Sophia Hardkey from Sydney and Little Miss Sloan Davis, enjoying handing out the blue ribbons in the livestock barns and enjoy exhibits in Kessler Hall. The Midway has so many thrilling rides and the entertainment and music has been great. At Stevie J Broadcasting, we really appreciate the hard-working staff and dedicated sponsors making this a terrific event through July 26th. Information can be found at champaigncountyfair.cc.
Urbana's Market at the Square has been cultivating a vibrant scene in CU since 1979. Get to know your farmers bringing locally harvested honey, crafts, jewelry, art, fresh cut flowers, plus produce including fresh leafy greens and root vegetables, fresh baked treats, and a wide selection of proteins. Going on now, every Saturday, 7 a.m. till noon, rain or shine at Illinois and Vine, it's Urbana Market at the Square. Find Urbana Market on Facebook or urbanamarket.org.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World Command Center.
Paul, we have extreme heat warning. Summer 2025 is a hot one in Champaign-Urbana.
That's trouble for garage refrigerators.
One just went down in Rantoul. They need delivery right away, Paul.
Put them on for tomorrow. What's going on down here in Fisher?
It's a window air conditioner going out.
Can't have that. Good thing we deliver and install window ACs. We have plenty in stock.
Garage freezer NB man. Customer wants a technician out right away. She's afraid her beef is thawing.
Hate it when that happens. We have a tech in the area. Send Nate right over.
Copy that.
Team is like we talk about. At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, we know what hot weather can do to home appliances. More importantly, we're always ready for the heat with fast, friendly repair service and delivery, plus the largest selection of appliances in Champaign-Urbana.
Paul, customer in Muhammad, needs a portable dehumidifier ASAP. Says his tools are rusting out from the humidity.
That can happen. We have dehumidifiers for pickup or fast delivery. Remember, at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, you get the whole store.
Wow!
When you buy from us, you get the whole